So we've gotten off to a really quick start here. I mean, we've already had a lot of the Europeans get down their second city, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a war very early on here.
I mean, we'll see. My fingers are crossed, but there's no. I've never done. We've never done a campaign with the aggressive expansion mod, so we'll have to wait and see. Because I obviously read the notes. I read the notes of the mod, and I just like I read the notes of the mod of the smarter AI. I feel like I could read that all day, and I won't. The only changes that I'm gonna actually see like I guess the only changes that make a significant difference is the ones that I pick up on. So I kind of disregard whatever it tells me because at the end of the day, unless I see what the changes are actually, from I guess our past experiences viewing the AI, that's the only thing that really matters to me. So this should be an interesting experiment, kind of watching, especially having the smarter AI and aggressive expansive mod together. That should be kind of interesting. I don't know how those two are going to kind of mix. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe the AI is just going to become super powerful and they're all going to dominate, and there's just going to be, I don't know, death everywhere, I guess you could say. I don't know. Now, this is an interesting choice here. Why did the Goths settle so close to their capital city? That is a weird one, but I need to remember that there's a lot of fog of war that the AI, I didn't remove the fog of war for the AI, so they don't know what's going on. So maybe they didn't, maybe they didn't know. Who knows? I don't know. Austria has their third settler, and oh my goodness, yep. So they're gonna forward settle quite a bit here. The Huns have gotten up their second city, and so has Russia. We have I think, isn't this the fourth Pantheon? And it is from Spain. So let's go ahead and double check here. Yes, so it's Spain. So far we have Bulgaria also getting the third Pantheon. God of War, God of Open Sky, Goddess of Protection, and Oral Tradition. Plantations provide extra culture. Do they have any plantations? Not. Wait, yes. Eventually they will, I believe. I believe they'll have some of those. So Portugal's really, they went with it. So what I imagine that happened in Iberia, and oh wow, Portugal's going for their third settler, and so is Spain though. So we have a lot of extra expansion that's still going to go down. I think that Portugal let them. I think they didn't want Spain to get the Rock of Gibraltar. I think they realized that oh my goodness, maybe Spain and Maria or Portugal realized that, oh my gosh, if I let Spain get the Rock of Gibraltar, that's their natural wonder, or that's their unique ability with the natural wonder. They're going to be even more powerful. So maybe they allowed themselves to get cut off in Iberia, like they did here, so that they could grab a hold of this wonder. And this is kind of a smart move, especially because they were smart enough. Maria was smart enough to send out that third settler and get it around towards Western Iberia, I guess Eastern Iberia. I'm sorry, just before Madrid cuts them off completely. And because there's no way Spain and Portugal are going to be exchanging open borders agreement. They're going to hate each other, I'm sure. And whoa, look at this. Isabella is actually moving down south with her settlers, so if Portugal doesn't settle soon, she's going to get pushed back somewhere. Fifth Pantheon has been founded by Belgium. I thought Belgium already, no, Bulgaria. Bulgaria, then Belgium. Okay, there you go. And the Temple of Artemis has been built. So, okay, so that should provide some extra food. Too bad for, oh man, Sardinia. You're not moving, man. I made sure. I made that one exception, that rule, because of Sardinia, so that they could get off Sardinia, the Sardinian island. It'd be nice to go for Sicily. I understand that this is technically not Sicily. There's no, I know it's not an island, but this land formation is pretty much Sicily. Dang, Sardinia, come on, man. Morocco's gotten up their first settler. Carthage doing some weird settling here. Askia hasn't done much. Songhai. There goes Egypt. Okay, so now the African civs are beginning to slap down their settlements, and at the same time, though, the Europeans are still going with some of their third settlers still going out there. So I'm really hoping that we see, here's Austria's new city. I'm really hoping that we see something different from the Hunnic-Russian relationship. We always see the same exact thing every single time. Every single time the Huns and Russia are in a game and they're close, they automatically start off in all true start location mods. They start off so close to each other. Catherine always loses. Always. She always loses everything. There's the first. There we go. I'm so happy for that. It's turn 42, and we saw the first war. Great. And that's actually the Goths and Bulgaria teaming up against Hungary. I'm really hoping that we see something different from Catherine here. I hope that she gets her stuff together and doesn't allow Attila to just kind of push her around, which we might, because the Goths are here for a distraction for the Huns, as well as I was hoping to have Lithuania move out more towards the east to do something, but we'll see. Anyways, we're going to have to view this. Wow. So Bulgaria, just like we saw in the random AI only campaign with just all the mods, just to kind of do a test with the best mods, Bulgaria has gotten up a lot of units really early on. And that's clearly what we're seeing here. The Goths have kind of as well, but this is mainly going to be Bulgaria's war against Hungary. And this might be a significant win here. If they were to take over just one of these cities, just one city would be enough. Because then, Budapest would be practically trapped. I mean, yeah, there's a few valleys here they can run through these mountain ranges, but it's unlikely. And then you're talking about Bulgaria really kind of asserting their dominance over the Balkan region, also cutting off the Greeks as well as Byzantium. Well, Byzantium's kind of already cut off now, but this is going to be an interesting development here. So Antium's been slapped down. We should see Rome grab the southern part of Italy. The Great Library has been built by the Celts. All right, Celts. They're actually off to a pretty good start. They got the first Pantheon, and then they built the Great Library. So that's going to be free technology for them. Good for the Celts. I'd like to see them, do some stuff in Ireland. And I'm hoping with this new start, maybe they will. I know that for sure. Okay, so yeah. So some of these civs are embarked. I know the Celts can also embark, but they're not. So just like Sardinia, the Celts are not embarking. But I saw an English scout way over here. There they are. Bam. They're not afraid of exploring really early on. Scotland is doing the same thing. They've got a workboat and a scout trying to explore things. Iceland is going to be on their own for a little bit, but I'm sure, Scotland's going to discover Norway at some point. Possibly. Norway's unique ability actually allows them to see the coastal tiles of I think the entire map or something like that. It's pretty crazy, but it's awesome. I was looking into that. That's really cool. Switzerland's capital looks like it's really expanding quite a bit here. A lot of tiles. They've already kind of grown. I mean, maybe that's normal. I don't know. Switzerland's looking good though. Milan's doing good in northern Italy. Again, my prediction is I think Venice is going to stay safe, even though I know that they're not in the best start ever. I think that they could be safe. And you know what? Actually, Rome settling on the eastern part of the Italian peninsula is a smart move because now they can trade with Venice. And trading with Venice is going to be a really, really important strategy for anyone in southern Europe because they just have so many trade routes. They're going to be so rich. It'd be beneficial. It's going to be beneficial for the civs that become friendly with Venice. So that'll be interesting to watch. So. The Bulgarians are down to just a few archers and then one warrior unit. They don't have any more warriors. Like I thought, the Goths aren't going to contribute much. So it looks like this might be an end to the Bulgarian offensive if, Hungary's going to destroy the right unit. They're going to destroy the melee unit, and that's going to be a tough spot. I mean, it's not really a tough spot either way. It's fine. I guess you could maybe argue that Bulgaria is down a little bit because they probably wasted a lot of time building all these units and a lot of money as well, building all these units to try to attempt to at least take over one of these cities. If they don't do it, then that's going to have them fall behind. If the Goths are smart, they'll get a warrior over here because Bulgaria is just breaking them down with range units. Busiest people, look at that. Go Venice. Assyria is in second place. Elizabeth in third place. And we have who's at the bottom. Let's check who's out at the bottom. Ooh, Songhai's at the bottom. Then the Huns are. Wow. Okay, that's surprising. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on that. I didn't think, wow, why are the Huns at the bottom? They've got 3 cities, man. Well, I mean, you've got a majority of grasslands. Uh-oh. And their unique units, the horse archers from the Huns are already being built up. You better watch it. Catherine, you better watch it. Okay, so Bulgaria is down to 2 range units. I'm not sure what the Goths are going to do with this warrior unit, but we'll see. If he sends them out to the west... and he did not. He definitely did not. All right, well, that was a nice try. All right, so Hungary's going to stay alive. They're going to be okay. At least, and that's possible. They might stay okay. Now, what could happen is Austria could set their sights off to the east and maybe go after Budapest themselves. I doubt it. I think that Austria seems pretty peaceful, but at the same time, it's random personalities, so that does make a difference here. Ooh, Lithuania. We've got some interesting warrior units here. And they might be going after that Austrian city that's decided to settle. Oh, man, England's gotten the Great Lighthouse. So, the British Isles as a whole has done pretty good. Knock on wood, please. Scotland's gotten their third city. They're going to go for their third city. So, wow, I'm shocked. And look at that, Venice has got the Stonehenge. That's surprising. But yeah, this is, wow. I mean, the Celts got up a Pantheon first. We have, and they got the Great Lighthouse, or the Great Library. We just saw Elizabeth get the Great Lighthouse, and she's exploring the Mediterranean. Scotland's about to get their third city. This has been a pretty okay start here for the British Isles as a whole. And I was worried about this location because I figured, they're going to have even less land than ever before because Ireland wouldn't be settled. But it is nice to see that, they're off to an okay start. A lot of the civs actually have their third settler out. Oh, okay. So Spain did capture eastern Iberia, and Portugal decided to go for western France. That will probably get taken over at some point. There's no way Portugal, although it is coastal, which is going to help them out quite a bit. But I'm sure Barcelona is going to reach out and grab a coastal tile. That way, up until they have deep sea sailing, they're not going to be able to go and support Braga without, with the naval units. Obviously, if Barcelona grabs this tile here, this fish tile, and I'm sure they will because it's a fish tile. So that'll be obviously on the AI's mind to try to grab that away. Carthage, very interesting choice there of settling. I have no idea why you did that, but that's okay. That's okay. Carthage going for their third city. They're going for a majority of Africa. Wondering if Sardinia and Carthage are ever going to get into it. They might. Ooh, Rome is looking powerful. All right, so there's no melee units nearby, but this Hungarian city is in the red, and it'll probably be up to nothing. It'll probably have. Okay, so there is a spearman, but can they get there? Can they get it there in time? They might. They might. They still have a catapult, which is really smart of Bulgaria to get out, as well as an archer. Now, the previous time I had Bulgaria involved in a campaign, they got so unlucky. They were like the unluckiest civ I had ever seen because they always had a massive army and they just couldn't capitalize on a few wars. They just got really unlucky and other civs would come in and take the city at the last minute. I'm wondering if so I'm somewhat rooting for Bulgaria here because I felt bad for him, man. I felt so bad for him. Although, if they don't get that spearman off to the west as soon as possible, then they're going to be shooting themselves in the foot there. Yeah, I really think that Russia has a chance of being okay in this campaign, only because the Huns might get distracted by the Goths. And I do believe that the Goths might be a little bit more, well, I don't know. And also random personalities are on, so maybe Catherine will have built up more units in the very beginning. So that might be a thing too. Norway's gotten a Pantheon. How many religions can be founded? I know that it doesn't increase with the amount of civs with this mod when you include, like 40 civs in it. It should say here, world religions, 6 can be founded. All right, so that's going to be a really, really big deal. It's to kind of keep an eye on. Every single time, the civs that discover a religion usually end up doing pretty good for themselves. So Russia's built the statue of Zeus. Anything going on in kind of northern Europe? No, not yet. Barcelona. What? Babylon. I'm sorry, Barcelona. Babylon is after the Sumer here, and actually, wow, I didn't even realize a lot of this expansion going on in the Middle East. Assyria hasn't expanded, but they have quite a few units. Egypt's doing good too. This is going to be a fun region. I can tell already this is going to be a really fun region to kind of watch out for. There's definitely going to be multiple civs that don't end up doing so well, but we'll see. Bam! Assyria's declared war on Babylon themselves. Oh, so that's bad. That is really, really bad because we just saw how huge the Assyrian army is. They'll be going down I mean, especially, a civ that can control this region, and that might be Assyria. Whoever it is that, kind of destroys the nations of this region of the map is gonna be good. They're not gonna dominate. I shouldn't say dominate, but I mean, this is very open terrain, as well as this is going to be, and I don't think, I wish I would have mentioned this in video 1, but this region of the map is going to be entertaining because it's a lot of open terrain, and AIs obviously can navigate open terrain much easier than rough terrain, like forests and hills and mountains. All the stuff is open. It's desert. I mean, you're talking about some rough wars. This is where the AI is able to capitalize the best when they have the numbers advantage, and I really believe that Assyria should take over Babylon's capital here. They might. So who discovered the first religion? The Celts, of course. Boom, again. So the Celts are doing really good in Ireland so far, surprisingly, and they found Catholicism. We'll have to kind of check in on their beliefs. Let's go ahead and do that now. I'm avoiding the informatics because there's no point looking at it too early. It is turn 63 though, but I'll think about it. Maybe turn 100 or something like that. Religion overview. So let's check out on the beliefs of Catholicism. So right now, the Pantheon, goddess of protection, we knew about that. So they have a building that's going to provide them extra faith and culture. I believe happiness as well, as that building provides, as well as gang science when a missionary or prophet spreads the religion to another city. Okay, so that's good. That'll keep that'll keep their science up high in Ireland. Pretty nice move there. Egypt, surprisingly enough, is not moving out towards the west. They're actually moving eastward, which is more dangerous for them, I believe. Way more dangerous. The Parthenon has been built. We have Milan and France making a declaration of friendship. As well as who else? Austria and Belgium, declaration of friendship. Okay. Arabia is probably going to forward settle Egypt here. Very excited to see that, I guess. And has anything gone down? Oh, Bulgaria might be a little bit too late. They might be 1 or 2 turns too late. They're going to melee attack more than likely. Yep, and they're going to get destroyed. Man, Bulgaria, I'm saddened. I'm saddened because it looks like you got unlucky again. It was a good move early on, but Hungary's going to get out there. Settler 2, they're going to move up north, obviously, maybe grabbing southern Lithuania, or I guess parts of probably just south of Lithuania. I shouldn't say southern Lithuania. I mean, this is technically not Lithuania's territory yet, but yeah. Oh, boom, Bulgaria has peaced out with Hungary. Man, I feel bad, man. That sucks. The other interesting thing that I didn't talk about in the first video is that there's 2 civs that have some really interesting canal cities that I did build this way just to make the campaign even more interesting than before. Byzantium has Constantinople, and they're going to be the only civ, as of right now at least, that can control the routes from the Black Sea to the Mediterranean. And I figure this is going to be a really interesting point of trade, especially for someone like the Huns, who have a coastal city in the northern part of the Black Sea, as well as the Goths, and who else? I mean, the Ottomans. Anyone that gets along a coastal city along the Black Sea, they're gonna need Byzantium's open borders. They're gonna want it at least, or else, because Byzantium they control a lot here. And at least Constantinople is gonna be probably a very valuable city to if someone were to take it, I guess. So that will be kind of interesting to kind of remember throughout this campaign, as well as the other place is that, yep, Assyria captured Babylon's capital really, really fast. I'm wondering if they're going to go after the second Babylonian city, or maybe if the Sumer are going to take it. But let's go ahead and check on the other nation, the other civ, and that's actually Denmark, Copenhagen. I included a small land tile. That way, it always bothered me the way this mod set up Denmark. I never liked it. And I understand this is not accurate, geographically this is not accurate, but I felt like this made the campaign a little bit more interesting. So this doesn't really affect too many civs immediately, but, for someone that wants to get, Sweden, who wants to get out of the Baltic Sea, and maybe towards the North Sea, they're going to have something with Denmark, and that's going to be important. They're going to need to have either a good relationship with Denmark, or they need to take Copenhagen. And this will be more of a useful point later on in the game when Lithuania and who knows, maybe Russia, maybe Germany has a coastal city in the Baltic Sea. Whoever settles up along this region here. Modern-day Finland territory, I guess. Hungary is also, wow, they've added a Reformation belief to Buddhism. I didn't even see that. I totally missed out on that, I guess. I mean, I've been zooming by here. All right, Buddhism. Let's check on what Buddhism is going to provide Hungary. So we have the Reformation to the glory of God. Use faith to purchase any type of great person. Okay. Wow, that's pretty nice early on. Usually you get that with finishing policies, but that's a pretty good one in the Reformation. Church property plus 2 gold for each city following this religion. So that'll make them very rich. We have culture for pastors. We knew about that one. I thought that was, wait a second. I thought that was Spain that picked that up. No, that was plantations. Spain had picked up a Pantheon that was culture per plantation. And then mosques, which is going to provide, I think, 3 faith, 2 culture, and 1 happiness, I believe? 1 something. I always forget it, and I don't know why that screen doesn't show more. I can't check it. I can't check to see if it shows any more. So Babylon is already out of the game. I know that Babylon is always kind of a good pick because, even if a science victory isn't possible, it's always interesting to pick Babylon because, science is still really useful in Civ 5, no matter what victory type you're going for. So, but because they've been kicked out, and especially Babylon of all nations, who usually has a corner. Usually in the corner they do really well. This campaign they didn't do well. They didn't do so well because there are just so many more civs that have been included, and the game is just so much more clustered together, and that's why I think this is going to be really entertaining. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Arabia looks like they're going to get down their third city finally, and Egypt might be going for their fourth city. Not sure yet. I mean, the Sahara Desert is definitely rough with the changes I made to this map, so that will be very interesting to see how the mod, or I guess the AIs navigate that strategy. Oh, Portugal going for their fourth city. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.